started almost a year ago when some of my girlfriends, Judy Esplin, Becky Noble, Carol Heimerman, and I went to Mille Lacs to try out for Wheel of Fortune because the Wheelmobile was touring the country. And to audition, you simply put your name in a large bucket, and then they randomly drew people to come up on the stage and participate in a little fake game of Wheel of Fortune, and then told you that if they wanted you to participate further, they'd be letting you know. So about 4 months later, I received an email saying they would like me to come to the St. Paul Hotel for further auditioning, and that they were looking for couples, so that if I would like to bring my spouse along. So my husband, being the good sport that he is, after I told him that I had signed him up, agreed that this would be a fun adventure. So we ventured to the St. Paul Hotel in October. And there again, after 3 hours of auditioning, we were told if they wanted us to do a taping in L.A., they would let us know shortly. And, of course, we thought that the time had elapsed and we wouldn't be hearing from them. And then just 1 week before Christmas, was home one evening and received a phone call saying that they would like us to come to L.A. to do a taping on January 15th. And that we would be taping a couples show for couples who had been married a long time. And Pete and I will be celebrating our 40th wedding anniversary this summer.
Wow, that's a great story. Now, by the time you get invited to L.A., there's no further rounds to get to. You're actually in competition.
Exactly, and they tell you, of course, that something can come up that for some reason the show may not air, but no, you are actually at that point then on a taping.
I would imagine that it's a little bit more nerve-wracking to do the taping as opposed to the practice rounds of Wheel of Fortune, or not so?
You would be exactly right, and one of the very first materials that we received from Wheel of Fortune after the phone call regarding the taping was a letter from Pat Sajak saying that, you know, it's a whole different ball game trying to do it live than it is sitting in the comfort of your living room yelling at the TV.
What can you say about the experience? What stands out about it?
It was a wonderful experience just to see how the whole process went, and just to have an opportunity. 1 million people each year try out, and 10,000 people get an audition, and just 6,000 people, or excuse me, just 600 people get to actually tape a show.
What surprised you about it, from what we see on TV to what it was like to be there?
I think the most surprising thing was how detailed it needs to be. We actually had 5 hours of instruction prior to the actual taping, and we were schooled in everything from how to spin the wheels to the tax consequences if you should happen to win something. So there's all sorts of things that you don't think about when you're just watching the show.
Is Pat Sajak as nice as he appears on TV?
I can honestly say that he is. He's right there cheering you on, telling you you're doing a good job, and he is very personable.